Hello everyone. Love, greeting and respect. My name is Tebo Clotilde, and as you know, we've been doing a live show exposing, denouncing racism in Université Libre de Brussels, ULB Brussels. And today, I will be sending a special message to this racist professor in ULB, to the whole world, especially to the United Nations, to UNESCO, to all organizations against racism, to all of you supporting and encouraging me. I am not their Negro. The message is, I am not their Negro, and I am not a Negro. And the purpose of me exposing, denouncing this racist professor is that justice must be served, Justice must be served. No matter how they will intimidate me, no matter how they will twist the story, they will try to distort it, no matter how they will threaten me, no matter how vicious they are, I'm not going to stop talking, I'm not going to stop denouncing, I'm not going to expose them until justice is being served. So each of these professor implicated in my case should take the responsibility of their action and face the consequences, because I am not their Negro. I refuse such a humiliating failure, and the way they have horribly treated me, I refuse it, and I'm saying it aloud. I am not their Negro. I'm not going to accept this. I will keep on talking until justice is being served. So this is a time for United Nations to really step in. If they should kill me, I don't care. I just hope that the United Nations Human Rights High Commissioner, Miss Michelle Bachelet, Her Excellency, will give me a befitting burial that will restore my dignity, because this racist professor in ULB, they've really raped me out of my human rights and dignity, and I think I deserve the minimum respect. And just a brief recap of my story for those of you who have not been following me is, my complaint, it is justified, it is motivated. I made a racial complaint against Professor Vivian Van in 2017. She wasn't only abusive in emails and harassing in emails in class. She actually humiliated me, used racist law, not on one instance, but on many instances, and then calling me student of my category cannot oppose a student, until a class colleague had to stand up and really talk because the situation was becoming unbearable. And then I make a complaint against her, and a commission was set to listen to this complaint on the 18th of April 2017. Until date, there is just no decision of that complaint, because the complaint was very valid, justified. They protected her. They didn't just protect her. They team up, all these racist professors, they team up. They subjected me. They are also racist organizations that are also trying to protect the professors, They team up. They subjected me into horrible form of discrimination, persecution. I prevail over it, And my final year thesis in September 6, 2019, Professor Dr. Yvonne Enger, the former rector, the chief cornerstone, instructed Madam Lucy Van Hoven, the corrector of my work, to make sure that the work was rejected. So my work was rejected. Until date, there is just no feedback of what I have to do. And as of recent, I had a meeting with Madame la Rectrice, and she told me I wasn't intelligent to write a thesis or to pass. And I'm just like accusing this professor for no good reason. I told her, no, my accusation, they are founded. Does she has the reason why my work was rejected and what I should do? She didn't have it. So she told me she's going to read my work and she will tell me why it was rejected, and she will look for me a new promoter. And I accepted. Actually, they distorted, what she proposed in the meaning of the meeting, and they asked me to request for a new promoter. I've requested for a new promoter, and I'm waiting for them to give me a new promoter. And each time I have a meeting with them, they intimidate me, they threaten me, they harass me. It's not possible. So United Nations, UNESCO, they must step in to make sure that this is done probably. So that is where it is. But then they are racist professor. I've been exposing them, and I'll keep on exposing them until justice is done. So when my work was rejected, I wrote to the Minister of Higher Education in Brussels, and I got a call from them, and they told me, forget about the fact that you've complained against Professor Vivian Van. Forget about the fact that you were supposed to do a traineeship and they obliged you to do double the duration of that traineeship. Forget about the fact that, they obliged you to attend a seminar course, and you wrote a 7-page paper. They failed you. They didn't give you feedback, and the fact that they took you to the disciplinary commission. It is not normal that they have to reject my work without giving me a notification. So the Minister of Higher Education, the office told me, even if, you didn't make any complaint against them and they didn't team up, they cannot reject my work without telling me the reason why they rejected it. They have to give me a written notification why my work was rejected. They have to give suggestive decision to say, okay, this work was rejected because of this. So they have to give me suggestive solution, what I should do. And then they have to give me, the procedure and all the step of, if I object, their suggestive solution, how I should make an appeal. And the Minister of Higher Education, the office, it was Miss Baudouin who called me. She's like, it's an obligation. I don't have to ask for this notification. They have to give it to you the same date exam is being published. And if they give me this notification and I request it, they have to issue it again with additional information, 2 weeks after deliberation. So I cannot be telling them they didn't give me such a notification. So I told them, no, I don't have any notification. She's like, it's an obligation. They have to give it to you. It's a must. They have to give it. Till date, I don't have that notification. Till date, I don't have the notification. You could see the kind of racist professors that we have in ULB Brussels, So on my list, they keep on just like intimidating me when I'm asking for this notification. They keep on intimidating me, harassing my personality, causing the kind of defamation against my personality, that I'm not intelligent enough to write a thesis, and I failed. Instead of accepting my failure, I'm tagging professors that they are racist. Meanwhile, they are the racists. They are racist, and they know they are racist, and they're distorting the fact, and they're traumatizing me, and they're doing it intentionally, and they cannot go free. I am not their Negro. Justice, justice, justice. I am not their Negro. This cannot, it's not possible. I'm under a serious shock, because I look at them to be an example for me how we should behave, treat one another, and it's so ridiculous that they are the one doing the opposite thing. They set the rules. They should respect the rules. They keep on like aggressively harassing me, humiliating me, and I'm not going to accept a humiliating failure. The failure should be motivated and justified. So these are racist professors. They sit quietly. They're so arrogantly and proud, telling me nothing will happen to them. And I don't believe that. They must take responsibility for their action and face the consequences. These are racist professors. You could imagine what I have been going through. Is so horrible. It's so disgraceful to ULB. It's so disgraceful to Belgium. It's so disgraceful to Europe. It's so disgraceful to the world. It's disgraceful to the global educational family. And I am not their I am not their Negro, and I am not a Negro. And it's so horribly sad, you know, the name of the racist professor. I'm going to read them aloud. We have Professor Yvonne Engel. He's the chief cornerstone master racist, you know. He's the one who ordered Lucy Van Hoven to make sure that my work has to be rejected. It's rejected. There is no feedback today. You have Professor Alain Levesque, Professor Andrian Rea, Professor Valérie Pieter, Professor Cici Van der Pellen, Professor Monique West, Professor Sylvie Pepestran, Professor Pierre Petit, Madame Amati Mati, Madame Marie Dejean, Professor Jean-Philippe Schreiber, Madame Charlotte Kless, Professor Estabek Martini, Madame Lucy Van Hoven, Professor Vivian Van, Madame la rectrice Anami Scoot, Madame Oud Starquet, Madame Nadine Posto, Madame Claire Favieux, and I should include the name of their lawyer who also sent me an intimidation letter, Madame Mensa Patricia, I think so, Metro Patricia. So for the UNIAC told me they cannot support me or defend me because, you know, they have over-exaggerated it and it's a scandal. And again, ULB is their financial partner. So you have Madame Emile Van den Broek. He's the one, she was so arrogant. She just asked me never to call UNIAC again. And then Miss Christine Betten, she's the one who opened the case file, and she was hoping that Professor Yvonne Engel will actually solve the problem so that I could terminate my studies in a peaceful environment. But unfortunately, it didn't happen. Miss L. Kisman, you know, she pretended they don't know me. I never came to UNIAC. And then Miss Hannah Manna, she sent me an intimidating mail that don't tweet about this issue. Bring down that tweet. Otherwise, we can sue a law against you. It's so horrible. They should take the responsibility of their action and face the consequences. UNIAC, an organization for equality against racism, refused to defend me or give me the minimum support, and they victimize me more. I am not their Negro. I am not their Negro. And then you have for the Fédération des Études Francophones, Madame Périmé. She was trying to do all her possible best to make sure that, you know, because she herself, she would tell me, just as the minister office, they told me they have to give a notification why the work was rejected, and it's a must. I'm not the one to ask for the notification or ask for a new promoter. They have to tell me what to do. When they reject the work, I did the work very well. And when they reject it because there is an error in it, they have to pinpoint the error and tell me what must be done. And this should be done, you know, the same time, the same date that they were giving, that the results were published. And since I've requested, they have to do it. So she was like, sorry. She was hoping UNIAC will intervene, but UNIAC didn't. She would try to see what she can do this year when I do the re-registration. When I did the re-registration, I tried to contact her. It was Madame Esther Ndanga, and she told me it's not possible to ask them for the notification, the written notification, why my work was written, because it will imply passing sanction, and at their level they cannot pass any sanction because they have to protect the professor. You know, I'm not their Negro. If they are afraid of sanction, why would they be doing what they set the rule for? So this is so horrible. And I am not their Negro, and I'm not accepting to be their Negro. I'm demanding justice for my case. Justice for my case. It should be investigated. I've written to the United Nations office. I've written to UNESCO, and I'm just hoping that they will step in and probably investigate. They will just step in, investigate, and make sure that justice reigns. And make sure that justice reigns, you know. Because I don't think, originally I was born in Cameroon, and you know, it's a third world country. And when we are coming to Europe, we know it's a developed country. I'm a Belgian, a proud Belgian. That's one of the best things that happens to me. I don't think somebody from the third world country should be the one telling, you know, professors in great university to respect the rule or what democracy is. This is just unacceptable. It's just unacceptable. So this professor, you know, here is my work. Here is my work that I did, and and here is my work that I did, and it was rejected. If you want to read it, I can send it to you to read it. And it's so horrible that, you know, I put so much effort in this work. It was really hard work. This was really hard work. They graded it 0-0, and the reason for that 0-0, I don't know. The reason for the 0-0, I don't know. So what are my claims? My claim is my work is a valid work. You know, I need a justified valid grade, a justified valid grade. I didn't defend this work. United Nations should step in to make sure that they give me a promoter for me to be able to defend the work, and it should be graded accordingly. It should be graded with the school rules and regulation respected. And that's it. That's it. This is the work. United Nations should step in to mediate. I didn't defend. Miss Lucy Van Hoven sent me out of the defense room in the most horrible, humiliating manner. You know, it's very traumatizing. And secondly, after she graded me 0-0 without justification, in the email of Professor Alain Levesque on the 23rd December 2019, you know, Lucy Van Hoven is a PhD researcher and a lecturer. Now they gave her the title of a professor, and this is a little bit like, I don't understand, you know, she hasn't yet graduated as a PhD. Is it by trying to be the corrector of my work, giving me 0-0, that, you know, granted her the professor title? That professor title must be investigated, and if it is my work that gave her that title, professor, I think she doesn't merit it. I merit it, you know, because she was just a racist corrector instructed to reject the work, and she rejected the work. She couldn't tell me what I should do. I sent her an email on the 7th of September 2017. She can't reply it till date. And the complaint I made against Professor Vivian Van in 2017, you know, Professor Andrian Ria should be able to explain why there was no decision since the 18th, that there was a hearing date. 30 days, according to the school rules and regulation, after the hearing date, 30 days they have to give the decision. I don't know, since the 18th of April till present, we are still counting 30 days. I've talked this with Madame La Rectrice. She didn't just want to listen. She was just like aggressively harassing me, telling me by exposing racism, I'm causing defamation. I'm not causing any defamation. It's Professor Yvonne Engel who have obliged me to be doing all these video, and she is responsible. I think this is already journalism, and I think United Nations should get her to pay for all this time and effort, because under the stress, the depression that they have put me on, and then I'm still able to be denouncing them. I have to win a prize. I have to win a prize because he obliged me to be doing it, because he's a damn racist, and racists are not supposed to be allowed in great university like ULB. And the 7-page work that I did, you know, and they had no feedback. When I requested feedback, Professor Monique Weiss told me I'm aggressive, and they even sanctioned me out of the class and failed me. The time I put in writing that 7-page, I have it. Anyone could read it. It should be compensated. And again, you know, they took me to the disciplinary commission, and they gave me a sanction, a molestation. According to the school rules and regulation, they have to motivate it. I requested that they should motivate their sanction. They didn't reply me. They didn't reply me today. All this because they think I'm a Negro. I'm saying, no, I'm not their Negro. All this should be investigated. It should be investigated. And they should take the responsibility of their action and face the consequences. It's not possible that a student will actually do a work like this one, presented, you know, with my promoter. My promoter is almost plus 20 years experience as professor and a PhD research. He approved this work before I could submit it, and they rejected it. My supervisor who guided me to do this work had no right to grade the work. It is Lucy Van Hoven who took upon herself, graded it 0 on 20, and without any reason. This is horrible. You know, they have no respect. Even for my professor, they have no respect. And when I want to talk, the program coordinator will say, I don't have a right to try to be analyzing the issue. It is like that. It is like that. And it's like, student of my category, there is no school rules and regulation that apply to me. I'm not a student of my category. I am me. And I say no to racism. And I say no to all these racist professors. They must take the responsibility of their action and face the consequences. It's disgraceful. And I will keep on like saying it. I am not their Negro. I am not a Negro. And justice should prevail. Justice should prevail. Justice should prevail. And for those Africans who will come under my page and they want to criticize, and I think come with a constructive criticism, because I'm denouncing racism, and racism is embedded in our society. Racism, hate, discrimination, you know, this is just something that is very, very common, and we suffer it. So if I make a video and then you come and you're like, oh no, stop making noise, please, that's my Facebook page, you know. Professor Yvonne Enger is responsible for all the videos I'm making. He's not complaining. If you want to be a surrogate or an activist for this racist professor, I'm talking to all Africans who are harassing me, come out with constructive idea, criticism. You could tell me the complaint I make against Professor Vivian Van in 2017. You did your investigation and a decision was actually given, and this is the decision. You could tell me this work that I did, you know, it wasn't graded 0, it was graded otherwise. Do your investigation. Don't just come under my page and you just criticize me or you insult me. I won't take that. I won't take that, please. Don't do that. Don't. I won't take it. I'm exposing racist professor. I'm exposing. You could look at a whole Université Libre de Brussels. How many blacks have been graduating from the university? How many black professors do we have? Take overall in Belgium. How many black professors do we have in Belgium? How many black administrative staff do we have in Belgium? You know, in the university. So this is something that is rare, is embedded. It's rare, is embedded. They do it. You cannot dare complain. You complain, they target you. And this is what happened. Nobody is talking. I'm not going to take it because I'm not a race. I'm not a racist. And I'm not a Negro. I'm just me. Before I left Cameroon to come to Belgium to study, I think I had already, you know, if we take the Maslow pyramid, I was already at the top, looking how to fulfill my life, not like just striving for survival. No. So this racist professor, they should take the responsibility of their action and face the consequences. You know, they are not doing this only to me, but I'm talking for my own case. You know, if you're a student of my color and you are in Belgium, I bet you, have you never had a course, a group course, that they will grade the others, maybe 18, 19, and then you as an African, they will give you 13 or 12. Have you never taken a course? Then you will go to they will give you 12, 13, and when you go for feedback and the professor will say, that's an excellent grade for student of your category. This thing is common, and what they have done with my own case is like they have exaggerated so much so that one cannot stay quiet. One can no longer stay quiet. So racist professor in ULB, I am not your Negro. I am not your Negro. I am not a Negro. So I will keep on like exposing them onto justice. If they kill me, Her Excellency Miss Michelle Bachelet, please give me a befitting burial. I'm not going to stop talking. I'm not going to stop talking unto justice, unto justice. This work, it was so much effort. You know, even if I have to fail, it should be justified. It should be justified. So I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you all. And we'll continue exposing the racist professor in ULB. We'll continue denouncing, and until justice is being served, there is just no more retreat, no more surrender, you know. No more retreat, no more surrender. I am not their Negro, and I am not a Negro. I am me. I just want to be accepted the way I am. And I say no to intimidation, no to harassment, you know, no to discrimination. I will not take it. I will not take it. Insofar as I think my claims are justified, I will continue. Thank you, thank you, thank you.